Hello, welcome back to Soul Power Yoga. I'm Kayla, and today I'm excited to share with you some breath techniques and some twists so that you can detox your body, feel lighter and energized by the end of today's class. We're going to start by standing. So feel into the soles of your feet and just begin to rock forward and back into the toes and into the heels, and then you'll start to sway side to side to the outer edges of the feet and the inner edges of the feet. Maybe you want your feet to be hip-width distance apart or a little bit wider. Whatever feels more comfortable and gives you a sense of groundedness. Allow that sway to transfer up into the calves and the thighs and then into the hips. Maybe you sway a little bit deeper side to side and then kind of go in big circles. So now we're going to press into the heels as you go into the back. Press your weight to the side and forward, back around. And then go in the other direction. So become aware of your breath now, just as it is, without changing it or making it sound in any particular way. Just notice your breath now. And then reach your arms out to the sides and up over your head. Clasp your hands and then flip your palms the other way. Inhale, straighten out the arms as you lengthen through your spine. And then find stillness in the feet and the legs as you stretch up. On your exhale, you're going to sway over to the right side. Push firmly down through the left heel and the left outer edge of your foot, your left foot. And on the inhale, reach up to the sky, back through the center, and then over to the left side this time. Push into the right foot, outer edge. And then start to make your breath connect to your movement. One breath, one movement. So inhale, reach to the center. Exhale over to the right. And inhale to the center. Exhale over to the left. Do this on your own breath and your own pace, because we all have different paces and capacities to be able to breathe long. So some of us breathe longer than others. Just depends on how much lung capacity we have. Release your hands and let them gently float down by your sides. And then you're going to open up your legs wide and turn your toes, your right toes, to the top of your mat. And then keep your left toes pointed to the length of the mat, the edge of the mat. Push down into your front right heel and bend into the knee. Check in with your alignment here. You want to make sure that your knee is right over your heel. And then start to lift up through the sternum. Turn the whole torso facing the length of your mat. And then reach your arms out wide. And just from the chin up, take your gaze over the right hand. Find something to focus on with your gaze and also with your mind. So set an intention for your practice. Practice being present and in tune with your breath as you go through these yoga postures. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose together and out through the mouth. Relax the shoulders on the exhale. We're going to sweep the hands up overhead and then straighten out the front right leg. Clasp your hands and then turn your toes so that they're facing the front. Flip the palms, stretch up big this time with the legs wide. And then relax the hands down, reach the arms out wide. Turn your left toes forward now, or to the back of the mat, and then bend into the front, that left leg. Warrior 2 on the left side. Deep breath in, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears, and then relax down on the exhale. Relax your arms and feel the strength coming from the feet and the legs. Press down through that front left heel and then squeeze the shoulder blades in toward one another. So you have a strong back. Hug the navel in and up towards your spine just slightly. And then softly gaze over the front left hand. Spread your fingers wide, maybe wiggle the fingers. And then we're going to reach the arms up, straighten out the front left leg. Turn the toes forward, reach the arms out wide, turn your right toes, bend into the front right leg, and this time instead of keeping our chest lifted, we're going to go into extended side angle. So your elbow can rest on your right knee if you want, or you can bring your hand to the inside of the leg and to the ground, and then reach that top arm up above, or maybe take it to your hip. See if you can press your chest forward quite a lot so that you can then lean the shoulder back to look up to the sky. Squeeze your left glute and activate the muscles in the left leg. So we tend to lean so much forward in this pose, we want to actually work the left leg as well and press into the left foot. On your inhale, rise up, use your core to lift you up, straighten out the front right leg, reach the arms out wide, turn the toes to the left this time, and then bend into the front left leg. Go over into your extended side angle here. And remember that when you're practicing yoga, what is primary is your breath and your connection to your body. So we bring the breath and the body together. And this helps our mind to focus, which creates a sense of peace and relaxation. Even though our bodies are working here, we can always remain connected to the breath and the present moment. On your inhale, rise up, press through the front left leg, reach up, straighten out the leg, take the hands down to your hips, turn your toes to face the length of the mat, and then hinge from your hips as you forward fold. So a couple options here. You can clasp your hands at your low back, straighten out the arms and let them hang over. Or you can release your hands to the ground and press your palms into the mat. If you're pressing your palms into the mat, spread your fingers wide and then tilt the tailbone up towards the ceiling as you push your hands down. Maybe you want to turn your toes in a little bit further so you can feel more stable in the feet and the legs. The more stable and grounded your lower half feels, the more you're able to let go in the neck and relax your neck and head and shoulders. So that's what we're looking for here, as well as getting a good stretch in the ankles, the calves, behind the knees, and along the hamstrings.
Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And this time, breathe in as full and as deeply as you can from the bottom lobes of the lungs all the way up to the top lobes. And then on that exhale, push the breath out, make it a little more audible. Ready? Okay. Inhale, breathe in. I realized the way I said that was kind of like a cheerleader. Ready and go. Okay. Lift your head and your chest up, press into your hands, come into a halfway lift. So you create a flat back, like a wide-legged tabletop. And then heel toe the feet in close together. Send your hips down, and then come onto your knees. Keep the toes tucked under, and then sit up on the knees. We're gonna go into camel pose. So take your hands to your low back, press your hips forward, and the shoulders come back too. Squeeze the shoulder blades just like we did in Warrior Two, and then reach down if it's possible for your ankles, and further press your hips and your pelvis forward. Squeeze your glutes to protect your low back here, and then relax the head back just slightly, gazing up towards the ceiling or the sky. Maybe you're outside. Or you're like me and have an imagination and like to pretend you can see through the ceiling and out into the sky. Take some big full breaths. And then gently come out of the pose. Maybe you take one hand to the hip and then to the other, roll up the spine to a flat back. And then we'll take the feet out to the sides, extend your right leg out to the side and bring the left leg in. And then we're gonna revolve, fold forward. So bring your right leg, your right arm and shoulder on the inside of your right leg, and reach the left arm up and over. If this is too much for the shoulder, or you just feel like you're focusing too much on the shoulder up here and the upper body and can't get into the leg to stretch, then keep your arm down and internally rotate your left arm. Bring the back of your hand, or the top of your hand, to your low back. And then you can open up your chest. See if you can find the spaciousness here, and then take your gaze up towards the sky. Relax your neck as much as possible here. And feel free to even take your head, your gaze down. Just to try to maintain an open chest here while stretching into the back of the leg. And then let's move up and we'll switch sides. So take your left leg out to the side, bring your right leg in. Bring the left hand and shoulder on the inside of your left leg, reach that right arm up or keep it down and tucked behind you. Flex your left foot, and then have your right leg be heavy. So just let all the weight down, maybe even press down through the right knee towards the ground. Maybe you close your eyes and tune into your heart center. Feel the inhales and the exhales of the breath in the body. And then we'll gently rise up. Reach the legs out and then shake them out. And we're gonna come up onto hands and knees. Take a wide stance in the feet and then bring your hands to your heart for a squat pose. So maybe you're up on your toes and that's fine. The purpose of this
is to open up the thighs, come into an external rotation in the legs, and then relax the belly, pull the chest through, giving some space to the hips. Maybe you want to sway side to side. And you can even go into a bind here by reaching your right arm down and kind of past your right knee. Maybe you reach your left arm up and over and try to grab the other hand, meet your hands for a bind here. Maybe you can do that and try it. Come back to center for a breath in, open up, stretch, and exhale over to the other side. We'll come back to the center, and this is going to be a challenge pose for today. It's crow pose. So we're already down here. All you're going to do is bring your hands to the ground. I'll show you from the side here. And then come up onto your toes, hug your knees in close, and then try to fit them up into your armpits. So that's where you want your knees to start. Spread your fingers wide and then plant them on the ground. You want your wrists to be right under your shoulders as you lean forward. So lean forward and then come up onto the toes. So I'll do that again. Notice how the heels are down, my shoulders are back, and now I'm gonna simply lift my tailbone up and come onto the toes, the tippy toes. Adjust my hands so that my shoulders are over the wrists and even past the wrists. Grip the mat with the fingertips, lean forward, look forward, out ahead, and then maybe you draw one foot up and in, hug the core in, and then the other. See if you can take about 3 breaths here. Keep the toes pointed and hug everything into the center, and then lower the feet down one at a time. Awesome. Take your knees down to the ground, come into a child's pose, and take a couple deep breaths here. Rest the forehead down onto the ground. In and out of the nose. Relax the belly. And then we'll slide up, lift the chest. And then come down onto our backs for a twist before Shavasana. So hug your right knee into your chest, take it across your body. You can even extend that leg out if you want, and then look over at your right leg. For the twist, it's nice to give your lungs the space to take a full deep breath. So you can breathe in, give the space, and then exhale, turn and twist towards the right as your leg extends out to the left. Bring your leg back in and we'll do the other side. Hug your left knee in this time. Take it across the body, reach the left arm out. Maybe extend the leg and then draw your hip down towards your foot. So it wants to come lifting up. See how it feels if you can lengthen your spine and push your hip down towards your right foot. And we'll come back to center. Do any last minute stretches, maybe a big one overhead. Maybe you want to do a little happy baby, whatever your body needs right now before your final rest. Extend your legs when you're ready for Shavasana, arms down by your sides. Close your eyes and scan your body from head to toe. Take a deep breath in through the nose and a cleansing breath out of the mouth. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next week. Namaste.